viewers, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing very well. Thank you so much for clicking on my video and thank you for watching my video. First of all, before we get into the absolute mess that was Jeffree's new video with Shane, look what my friend Asia got me for my birthday. Wait, it's a little box, but it's The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's so cute. Nightmare Before Christmas is literally one of my favorite movies ever because, first of all, I want to know if you prefer Halloween or Christmas, if you celebrate both, obviously, or either or. But The Nightmare Before Christmas is the perfect mix for me because I love both, and I love Christmas a little bit more. Actually, a lot more, so it's them both together. I love that movie. So, by the way, let me know any good Halloween movies below. Okay, hi, welcome to today's video. I hope you're doing very well. A couple days ago, we filmed a video on Jeffree Star had tweeted out that he is coming back to YouTube with Shane Dawson, which is something that interests a lot of people and was something that was quite shocking because Jeffree has kind of been far removed from the YouTube scene now ever since becoming a farmer, and also Shane Dawson has been far removed from the YouTube scene ever since becoming a farmer too. So them both coming back together, despite the cancellation, despite the people trying to pit them together, was an interesting move. And a lot of people were curious as to what this video was going to be. So before we get to what the video was and what the outcome of the video was, I am going to just refresh your memory on what the tweets were. So keep in mind, Jeffree has been silent on all social medias except for the Star Yak Ranch, which is his new ranch's Instagram page. He really isn't posting on YouTube. The last time he posted, he was doing a launch. The time before that was a launch. So him coming back with Shane was a really exciting thing for his fans because they were like, wow, despite everything, these two people are coming back to show, you know, who's boss. Spoiler, that's not how it went. But he had tweeted and was like, I miss you so much. I miss traveling and doing makeup classes, events, meet and greets. Time to start making plans for the end of the year. So again, even I assumed that this had to do with coming back to YouTube, maybe another docuseries. Let's just say I got a bit ahead of myself and maybe you did too. Oh, by the way, Halloween nails. Purple and black. So then Jeffree tweeted and said, brand new video will be up this Friday. Spoiler, it wasn't uploaded on Friday and they said that they had like lost the footage and it was corrupted. Spoiler, it was uploaded. Probably shouldn't have. At Shane Dawson I will be, okay, this is interesting. At Shane Dawson and I react to finding our makeup in Nordstrom Rack. We went on the hunt with cameras and I answer all of your questions. Spoiler alert, this is what the video was titled and thumbnailed as. So it is finding our makeup at a clearance store, alright? So right here, you can see the title and this is the thumbnail. Now this is very important. Jeffree right here and Shane in the thumbnail. Now, keep an eye on this little photo of Shane, right? Because I'm gonna tell you now, not once in the video does this frame come up. But that's okay, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you like screenshot, you know, a part of the video that didn't even make it, that's better for the thumbnail. No, Shane is genuinely not in this video. This is like a 13-minute long video. Shane being a part of it is like a 30-second FaceTime call at the end of the video, which to me is just really funny because it is like everyone on YouTube, we all love a bit of clickbait. However, this is like so far beyond clickbait with Jeffree that it's like clever. It really is because Shane is not in the video at all. It is not a collab. It is not, as his tweet says, that we go to, no, the we is him and his other friend that's like never, you know, doing stuff other than following him around. Like, we, after saying that Shane and I will be doing it, does not mean that they go, look at Shane, he's in the clearance rack, he's in the fucking, no he's not, he's at home, he's on a FaceTime call. So, basically, first of all, a lot of people were commenting on my video because I do not know what Nordstrom is because we don't have that over here. Nordstrom is like fancy, Nordstrom Rack is like still pretty fancy from what I'm hearing. However, it is where the stuff from Nordstrom that's not selling, which is bought stock from places that aren't selling it anymore or selling well, get. So it's basically like the last kind of chance to get it, and my friend told me that there's actually one underneath Nordstrom Rack, which I would love to hear about. I love TJ Maxx. I love going there. I get Ralph Lauren shirts for like £4. It's fabulous. Literally my entire wardrobe, mostly TJ Maxx. So anyway, this video is them responding to the backlash and people interested in why their palette, the seemingly very successful conspiracy, and I'm not saying that like that. It was a very successful launch, but it's like, if this is so successful, why is it being sold at these like cheapish places? And whenever I say that, I was calling people out for being like Nordstrom and Nordstrom Rack. The stuff is expensive still. The palettes are still going for like £14 at Nordstrom Rack. Sure, it's down from what Jeffree did, but this place is still not cheap. So let's like take that argument away. And also, I said that it's important to note that this is actually a pretty good thing, because fans that were not able to afford it are now probably able to afford it, or at least save up, and it's more achievable than an $80 palette. It's now $14. So anyway, it's important to note that Jeffree basically bullshitted, and all of the fans are agreeing, they're all disappointed, that this video was entirely clickbaited, clever or not, to get people to click. That Shane was not included in it, and it's very interesting that this is the photo of Shane that they decided was so fabulous for the thumbnail. However, finding our makeup at a clearance store. So it's very much so including Shane, and it just was so not that. So anyway, a couple more of the tweets before we got to it. Remember, he was saying that, yeah, okay, so don't slap me, we're having issues with the files. So then someone tweeted him and was like, look how happy Shane, Dawson, and Jeffree are whenever they talk to each other. Their friendship is so precious. Then Jeffree said, can't wait for you guys to see Shane come to Wyoming soon and experience my new life. New videos coming every weekend now. So we will see if that upholds. Do I think it's going to uphold? Jeffree has said a lot recently that there are new videos coming and they never do. I hope he does, because his fans really need something to latch onto. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm saying that the fans are being told something every single week and anticipate launches, and they never really get it. What a life being a... Anyway, let's not. So, they talk about why this release is at Nordstrom. So, out of all of the reasons, it's very clear. So Jeffree says about how Morphe ended the deal with him, which we're aware because we covered it last summer. Morphe ended the deal with Jeffree, they dropped all of his products, and it was really messy. And even Jeffree says in the video that the ending it with Morphe was incredibly messy. It's interesting though, he speaks highly of Morphe, so I would assume that a deal will probably come up in the future. He says that they had a great, brush launch, a great palette launch. They always had a good relationship. He says that it's just business, it's not that serious. He's either saying that to avoid humiliation, or he will be working with them in the future. So, he says that Morphe are just being smart. So, what that means is Morphe had a lot of stock of the conspiracy launch, which you can imagine. I'm sure we all, or at least most of us, watched the series that Shane had on his channel, which basically said that they were buying like hundreds of thousands of units, millions of units were being sold. So there's a lot. So whenever Morphe are kind of forced, kind of peer pressured into making their stance on Shane and Jeffree apparent, and then they completely drop them all together, there's probably hundreds of thousands of palettes and collection pieces still there to be sold. So Jeffree says in this video that there's no hard feelings, which is interesting. It's just business and he understands it. But Morphe was most likely the reason for this, and they basically sold them to like Nordstrom Rack and TJ Maxx and stuff because they had so many units. But what good is that whenever they're, sitting on their shelves and they're not supporting Jeffree Star anymore? They still want them sold. They paid for them. They want to make their money back, even if it's less. And now a lot of people were like, why would they sell them on if they're going to make less money? Keep in mind that Morphe sell the palettes after buying them at already a big markup, in my opinion, allegedly, from just like understanding business. So whenever they're selling them to these places, they're still selling them at a profit, just less of a profit. So that's important to note, y'all. So that's why they had no problem doing this. Jeffree said, however, that him and Shane were completely shocked that the palettes would go here. They didn't think that this was something that would have happened or could have happened, so that they were taken aback by it. Which is also interesting because you would think that Jeffree, with the business savvy mind, would be more kind of thinking about what would happen with all of the palettes of all of the companies that have now dropped him, right? Morphe have not said anything about it. They have not addressed it. So it's kind of just going forward that this is the case. But this video is just really weird on the basis of the Shane thing, right? This is a normal Jeffree video. He goes out, he did this in TJ Maxx where, you know, he goes out into the public and kind of like talks about something, or does something relating to his makeup. Thankfully, he addresses a huge hypocritical moment that could have been called out for. So, in a video from a year, 2 years ago, Jeffree went to TJ Maxx and basically was making fun of the fact that that's where his friends' makeup or friends' brands go to die. And he was being shady at Kat Von D, and he said in the video that he was shady at Kat Von D and people were being too mean to him for being mean to her because she did him really bad in his opinion, and he says that he had every right to do that. However, in that video as well, I'm pretty sure that there were products of other friends of, or ex-friends of Jeffree in it, so he wasn't just being shady towards Kat Von D, but I guess it's easier to just say her name because everyone knows that there's already drama there anyway. I get it. But he basically says how this clip is coming back to bite him in the ass and it's his karma because he said that this is where his friends' brands go to die. And now, by that logic, the same thing has happened to Jeffree Star Cosmetics. Now, I didn't need that to know that Jeffree Star Cosmetics is on it. Allegedly, in my opinion. Anyways, so yeah, he addressed that at the start of the video, and he knew to address it at the start of the video because it would have been the one up that everyone would have had. So I'm actually really happy that he addressed that. So then he goes on as well, and he goes into the shop, he gets the things, there's a lot of products, but still, it's very interesting because he buys a huge selection of conspiracy, you know, like lip glosses, the eyeshadow palette, and he says that, oh, the workers told me that the pink myrrh that they had here was selling out so quickly and we're such a sellout. And he says, not we're such a sellout, like the products are selling. It's a bad phrasing of that. Well, I mean, it works. He basically said that they did have another product of theirs, but it's been selling so quickly. Again, he didn't show any of the workers saying that to him. He didn't let us know that. He just said that, and it's kind of like, I don't believe that, and again, you can believe it, and I don't blame you for it. However, it's just really weird. He bought a huge selection of products that were readily available and like roughed up and lip glosses that were like open and stuff like that. And he was like, yeah, we had myrrhs here, they told me, and they're just selling out so quickly. It's like, all right, if you want to, you know, say that like to justify it, great, good on you. But anyway, whenever they come back to the house, it just flows like a normal Jeffree video, you know, sitting, vlog, whatever. But to make it what the title was about, like Shane being included and it being a collab with Shane and Jeffree's reunion to YouTube, it's none of that. It's none of that. Like literally, I pulled it up here and I'm just really, literally 11 minutes into a 13-minute long video and he's just started the call with Shane. So this is Jeffree's video. You can go watch it if you want. I'm taking a clip from it and talking about it. But it's like,
you get a deal. So if anyone wants to try,
this is the collab.
Or collabs, there's a few shades remaining. That's not bad. I said that's a steal, especially in this climate. It is. It's bougie. Like, hello. They had Kiehl's there and like YSL. They had MAP.
That is the collab. Now, okay, so the description says, hey everyone, today it's time to address the elephant in the room. The Jeffree Star Cosmetics x Shane Dawson makeup collab has hit the Nordstrom rack. How, why, and when did this happen? I go on the hunt for our products around LA. See how it's like I will in the description of the video, like after you click it, but on Twitter it's like me and Shane are hitting the town. Interesting, note it. I go on the hunt for our products all around LA and actually find some. Let's investigate this, and I also get Shane's reaction about it. See, this is the truth. The truth is in the description. I call Shane and get his reaction. On Twitter, it's like, our reunion besties, a new video with Shane. We have some bigger videos coming soon, and Shane is visiting Wyoming this winter. Finally, thank you for watching. I appreciate you always. So, this video was on YouTube's trending page, which I'm sure Jeffree and Shane are happy about because it's a nice push from YouTube when you're put on the trending page. Now, good for them that they're on the trending page, right? Congratulations, right? However, their video was put on the trending page whenever it had 800,000 views after like 24 hours. So the video was not achieving the same length as other videos on the trending page were. Now, I'm not saying that there's some sort of behind the scenes array going on. However, it's interesting that a video was put, you know, on the top of the trending page on YouTube whenever it has completely underperformed, not even just in the scheme of the trending page, but also in terms of Jeffree. This video did not, anyway. You know what I mean. Anyways. So, yeah, fans are disappointed at this because they were expecting a collab. Some people just don't care. I want to know where you're at with it. Again, like, collab culture on YouTube can be so drastically different from the next thing. However, let's be real, a 20-second FaceTime call does not justify hyping it up as if you're both doing stuff together, as if Shane's doing anything in the video, and taking a screenshot of one of Ryland's vlogs that has Shane in the background of it and putting it in your video. Devious. Devious. Well played. Well played. Sad, definitely, but well played, right? Right, I want to know where you're at with it. So, I mean, this was their great big comeback. They had so much anticipation around this, especially whenever it got delayed, and I can't believe that was it in the most respectful way. Alright, we'll talk about it below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you're well. Drink some water, drink some tea. I have some green tea in here in this very festive mug that I love very, very, very much. And yeah, I'll see you in my next one, and bye. Mwah!